Welcome to the channel. My name is Matt, and I am the Comedic Carpenter. Today we're looking at the Milwaukee cordless belt sander, a tool that has changed my life in more ways than one. Some of I can't talk about. But first we gotta handle the business end of things. If you like what you see here today, hit that like button. If you hit the like button, you should probably hit the subscribe button too. The subscribe button gets lonely. And of course, if you have any questions, thoughts, whatever the case, leave a comment. Keeps the conversation going, makes these videos more interesting for me to hear your feedback. So let's get that done. I'm begging you, please, please, please. And finally, head to the website and sign up for the mailing list. I will send you emails from time to time. It's no big deal. You won't even know they're coming. You'll see it, you'll read it, it'll be good. Everyone's happy. And I promise I won't send you lewd photos of me again. That was a one-time thing. I learned my lesson. Now, I bet you'd like to know what's going on behind this white curtain, but I can't get into it. It's simply too gruesome for the average person to handle. So, quit asking. Okay, let's get into this video. Welcome back. Specifications: weight, 7.5 pounds. Fuel, brushless motor. Speed, between 700 and 1,350 feet per minute. The rest of the specs I'll just put on the screen. Those are the important ones, I think. The weight, the speed, and the brushless motor. The bare tool comes with the tool itself, obviously, this little dust bag, and a vacuum adapter that just simply clips on, allows you to use different sized hoses. All right, let's talk about the features now. So I mentioned earlier, it's got adjustable speed from 1 to 5, which gets you between 700 and 1,350 surface feet per minute. That's speed 1. You can just ramp it up. There is a trigger lock. Lock it and leave it. There's also this adjustable handle at the front. Okay, you can move it back, and what that allows you to do, and you can see there's like a little bumper here. You can get right, probably within 1/4 inch of a wall or any surface. You just pull this handle back out of the way. Then if you want to have it up there, you can grab it and do all sorts of overhead work, whatever the case. All right, right here, you have a tracking control knob that sets where your belt. Turn this way and it moves it in, the other way, clockwise, I guess. Moves it out. So you can get your belt centered. If you're standing inside a closet or some dark environment, there's, you can see, 2 LED lights. Belt changes, pretty straightforward. Right here. Just pull that lever, detensions it. Belt comes off, new belt goes on. I just like to center it when I put it on, and you're good. Simple as that. Finally, we talk about dust extraction. Now, it comes with the bag, obviously. I don't use the bag. I work inside finished homes, occupied homes, so I'm always using dust collection on all my tools. And this works surprisingly well. Now, I use Festool vacuums, and it just squeezes right in there. This is their 27mm hose, quite snug. I haven't had any issues with it popping out on me. I don't know what else fits on this. All I have are the Festool vacuums, so there's all sorts of adapters on the market. I think that covers the features. I can't think of anything else. Let's take a look at this bad boy in action, huh? Action, action, action. Sort I've been waiting for my entire life. All right, so one of the examples that I find myself using this for probably most often is scribing. So I've set up a little demonstration here. Normally what I would do for scribing, say a piece of, for instance, vertical shiplap, and that last piece that butts in, I had to scribe. So I put painter's tape on the edge, scribe it, it cuts the painter's tape, peel that off, and it leaves this bit of material. I've drawn it black here, for example, and then I just sand right up to that line. So I used to do this with a random orbit sander until I got this guy, Milwaukee belt sander. For this demonstration, I shall be using Diablo 80 grit. I will be speed setting 5. Fresh sheet of 80 grit. Here we go. I will be using the vacuum for this. I'm just gonna do this little section where you can see. Look at that. Right up to that tape. What I really like about this, I used to use a random orbit sander to do this work. Couple problems though. One, since it spins like this, going over here where it's going down, that's fine, but on the backside it spins up, it can chip things out if you got a really fragile finish here. Not so with the belt sander, it's obviously moving in one direction across. But what's nice about this, you have a similar surface area, but with the belt sander I find you can do long sweeping arcs and get really accurate. And you can get just into the nose, you can tip it forward like this, right, and just get some little spots. Otherwise, if you've got that whole platen on there, you can just get, I find, really nice long clean arcs. And I actually beveled this back a little bit too. Normally I'd either use a table saw or a jigsaw or track saw to put a bevel on this close to the line, get rid of most of the material, and then come in and just get right up to that line, that nice back bevel, about, I don't know, 10 degrees. So this is my main tool for scribing nowadays, or for sanding these scribes. Let's see how quickly 40 grit will burn through this pre-finished plywood veneer. Probably pretty quick. Mere seconds. No pressure, just letting the weight of the tool rest on it. I wasn't putting any pressure. You can see it carves it up pretty good, pretty quick. All right, I want to see if I can get a good example of the dust collection. I'm gonna see here. Basically, when you fire this machine up on its own here, it's blowing out the back of this. So I'm wondering if there's some sort of... Let's see if I can demonstrate this. So it's coming out with pretty good force. There's some sort of fan in there or something. So that explains why the bag would probably do a decent, they say 80% capture rate. I don't know if that's accurate. So it sucks right through the back. Let's see if I can illustrate this. All right, so I've got this clamped down. I had to use one of my long Festool clamps. The short ones wouldn't work. Now you could do this, flip it over too, and this would be closer to the table, the belt. So what's great is you could just clamp it, do a little sanding. Let's see how this works. I just got it on speed 1, so it's not too violent here. Now I have a belt sander here in the shop, so I probably wouldn't use it in the shop. But you could if it's all you had. Otherwise, a couple thumbs up right here from this guy. Final thoughts. So what are my overall thoughts of the Milwaukee belt sander? I have to say, I like it very much. I will continue using it. It's got pretty good runtime on the 5.0 XC batteries. I don't use it like for long extended periods, so I can't attest to the durability of it in that regard. For the scribing, for leveling floors, floor patch or something, you gotta level it out a little bit. Great for that. Shaving down high spots and studs, fantastic for that. What else? Dealing with the rogue fingernail, perfect. You might wanna use some higher grits though, not the 40 grit. You could lose a finger. One thing I will say, I have noticed, and I think I know why this is happening. Sometimes when you hit the trigger, the belt will just wander, like it was going off this way. If that happens, I think you got a bad belt. Because that was happening with one of these, I don't know which one, I might have thrown it away. But it just kept wandering off, and I have to redo the tracking knob, I get it in the center, hit it, and it would just go off again. So I don't know if that was just, I'm assuming it was a bad belt, because it hasn't been happening with this one. Remodeling, if you're doing finish work, rough carpentry, anything. I think it's just super useful. Get yourself a variety of belts. I got all sorts of, I got Menards Special, Performax, 40 grit, stuff from our favorite store, Harbor Freight there. Diablo stuff from Home Depot. As always, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe. Head to the website, sign up for the mailing list. I'll send you, just don't ask questions, frankly, okay? Once you sign up to that list, you can never get off. There is no unsubscribe option. You're mine forever. I'm joking, of course. I don't want to scare anybody off. Outro completo. How's this for a thumbnail?